being from Long Beach, have you ever heard of a rapper named Christ Bearer?
Yeah, I know him. Like for one, let me break this down, and don't judge me, rap world, Vlad TV. I've smoked Sherm, I've smoked PCP. It's a Long Beach thing. It's a staple in our community as a drug. Like other cities know, like LA cities know, like Long Beach is known for, we call it wet water, Sherm. I've smoked it. It has a effect on you. It does. What's crazy to me is that I've learned about drugs that they affect all kinds of people different. Some people will smoke crack and they cannot stop smoking. They have to smoke it every single day. They have to smoke it, you know? There's people who did it and it just don't affect their body like that. Different people get addicted to different things. Now, God bless him for what happened. He's a friend of mine. It just boggled me that all of that stuff came about from him being high, because I personally have done all kinds of drugs and I've never got high and wanted to jump off a building. I've never been shermed out. Me and my sherm crew, or people that I would smoke wet with, we would make jokes about that. Like, I'm shermed out, I'm gonna go jump off the building. And we laughing though, like we're playing while we're high, but we're not playing like we're gonna jump off the building. You know what I mean? We're definitely conscious about what we're doing, or to make a reference about hurting somebody, or like I'm gonna go kill up the whole liquor store. It's like a joke that people do. People smoke this stuff and go do that stuff. So we're joking because we're handling our liquor basically. And it's like I said, God bless them. I'm very interested to see the article because I've heard so much stuff from different people, and I actually haven't talked to him since that has happened to him. You know. And we have a lot of close mutual friends. One of his even closer friends that hangs with him a lot was kind of telling me something about it. And like I only take it with a grain of salt. I've seen the interviews. I've seen some of the stuff, some of the news reports and stuff. And I just say, God bless you. I hope that you could come back from it. Everything that happens bad to any human being, that is something that they could bounce back from and tell a story and say, you know what, this was what happened to me in my life. Because no matter how you cut it, it's nothing to laugh at,
Yeah, well, I did the interview personally with him. And the story that he told me was that he hadn't slept for a while and he was, doing PCP and meth and maybe Molly. Like he was mixing in a bunch of drugs, and he had 3 baby mamas, and he was trying to call them, and none of them were answering the phone, and they had, restraining orders against him and so forth. And, in a drug haze, he got it into his mind that his penis was the reason why his life was so bad. So he decided to give himself a vasectomy. He grabbed a steak knife and I guess, he wouldn't really go into the full detail, but I guess he cut off part of his penis and then jumped out the window. So you did the cut and then you decided to jump off the balcony.
Yeah, I did the cut and I probably cut too much, man. But, I probably, fuck this, you know what? Fuck the world, and jump off the balcony. Yeah.
Jumped off the balcony.
Fucked up, but fuck this world anyways, type shit. Y'all know what I stood for. You know what it is. But it was like, oh, it's just only 2 stories, bam. And then it was like a celebration, and it was a party, and it's still a party because like I'm living.
Now that is like people always told me about the freaking out on the PCP, right? They would say, remember, don't smoke sherm when you're depressed or when you're. So that could be something that was instilled in me that became a wise keynote for doing that stuff. You feel me? Because I smoked it, but I would always be in a happy mood. I wouldn't never let somebody influence me to do it when I want, because it's a powerful thing. I don't like to. I only say this in a room full of grown people and conscious, smart people. I tell these people that do meth and do crack and do that, I say, you really want to try a damn drug? Like smoke some Sherm or smoke some DMT, and then you'll be like, whoa, I tried a trip, Even maybe an acid, because that's a little wild trip too, but it's still milder than PCP and like DMT. So I mean, I just say those brain trippers, those people that want to take a mental trip, like don't just smoke a blunt, fool. Try that hardcore. But make sure your mind state is strong enough to handle it, because stuff like that happens. Fools jump out the window and cut the pee off. So I feel like I said.
Well,
I always try to tell, from my negative experiences, and even me, I'm not gonna tell no one to do no sherm. My point is, if I did say, if you're over here telling me you getting looped up and you having fun with all kinds of drugs, I'm gonna say, hey, try some real hardcore. But in the midst of all that, you have to be a wise human being doing anything, and say, take precaution when you're drinking. You know how they say drink responsibly. That goes for any drug. Smoke weed responsibly. Smoke sherm responsibly. I don't care what you do. Try to do it as responsible as you can, because those things could lead to death. Those things could lead to, physical injuries and all kinds of stuff. So, be 100. It's like not drinking and driving. You're gonna get smashed tonight, have a designated driver, or be drunk at your house. I get smashed at the house. I ain't driving nowhere,
one thing I told him off camera after we had finished our interview, and I said, now I don't know whether you'll actually meet the person that will tell you this, but the one thing that I will 100% guarantee you is that after this interview comes out, someone is going to watch this Christ Bearer interview and say, I'm not going to do PCP.
Yes.
Because if this is potentially what could happen, doing PCP, cutting my penis off,
whoa,
this is probably a drug I'm going to leave alone. And I can 100% guarantee you that you stopped someone from doing drugs with this interview.
Yes.
And he said, you think so? Are you sure? I said, I'm 100% sure.
No, that is definitely a true fact, and I agree with it. And that's why I love hip hop music. I love the platforms, the interviews. I love digging into the lives in that manner, to where we can learn from it. Because I look at it like, sometimes hip hop fans is like, this is what kills me. Like you mention an artist and they'll go, he's broke, or you mention an artist and they're like, he's gay, or you mention an artist and like, he's a punk. Like, he ain't hard. And I'm like, don't get me wrong, I do understand the fact of people getting into hip hop to the point where they want to know the artist that they listening to. But I start coming at people and saying, even my friends, like people that look up to my outlook on hip hop music, friends and fans and, relatives. Yo, man, what about this guy? And, don't not like him because he's a blood, or he's a Crip, or, he's short, or he's fat, or he's skinny. I just say, if he's not dope with his music, then don't like him. That's just one of the things that I say. We have to restore the integrity of hip hop, and let's get familiar with our favorite artists, but let's not, be all in their business where you care how many baby mamas he got, or that makes you not like him now because he has this many baby mamas, versus you like him. If he's talented and he makes good music, who cares? People tripping off Drake because he light skinned. And I say, he one of the dopest artists I heard, Fools like, my friends told me that fools that like me and like Ice Cube, they have a hard time liking Drake. And I said, if you like Badass, you like Drake. He's dope. He talks shit. He's savvy. He just sings. I can't sing. If I could sing as good as Drake, believe me, you would have been hearing me sing on some albums. You feel me?
Yeah.
So I don't think that's gay, or that's weird, or that's soft. Like, all these hip hoppers, we hire singers to sing on our stuff. And then when Nate Dogg came, we didn't have to no more like that, because it was the homie. But other than that, you would want to have like KC or Jodeci, or somebody sing on your song because you have a need for some different kind of flavor, But if you could sing your own hooks, I think that's dope, I think the next biggest rapper, honestly, is gonna be somebody that sings, raps, and makes beats. That's gonna be the real next, like Kanye West, but he ain't really. He did that, but he ain't, to me, like really a good singer. He could sing, but not as good as like a Drake or like a Trey Songz or Chris Brown. Like, Chris Brown is dope. He's like the artist that I think is the closest thing to what I'm talking about. Cause he does produce, he does rap, and he does sing, but he just hasn't made that a staple. But the next artist that comes out that does that and like don't rap on no other person's beat but his own, and he don't have no singer singing on his hook but his own, and no rappers rapping on it, and only if he does a feature is cause he wants to, but not cause he needs this guy to sing or this guy to put a dope verse, then that'll be one of the top dope rap artists. That'll be one of the biggest rap artists that comes out within the next few years. Soon as someone does that.
And if they want to do they do, let them do the do. They the ones got to ride it out, cuz. Okay? Don't throw them under the bus. At least they ain't out hurting nobody.
Black people, we have okayed everything down to a point where our culture is gone. Black folks, for the most part, don't have nothing to say about hip hop or R&B. It has been taken away from us.